It's a whirlwind, people. We have 36 hours. I don't even know. I haven't even done the math on it. It's like 30 hours now at this point. Oh my God, it's crazy. Tomorrow at 11 o'clock is the end of the Kickstarter and the beginning of some wild and crazy stuff, y'all. So yeah, that's I guess this is the type of stream I should do this for, you know, since we're talking here. I need to have the Kickstarter little thing held up here. But I have some stuff to talk to y'all about the digital, all the wild digital stuff going on. Okay, let me get to the, how do I get to my, I just want to view the project and have the number and then put it on the thing just so we can have the, because we're building towards it all. We're building towards something here, y'all. We're building towards, here it is. Do I have the thing for it now? Hey, it fits right into the spot. So there's that. There we go. So, if y'all haven't noticed, there's been some wild hustle going on. Hydration check. I do. I have last week's water here. Water doesn't expire, right? Huh? I don't know. So, yeah, there's been some scrambling behind the scenes, and the best way I can describe it, y'all, because some people were talking about how like, oh. Man, all this is just happening so late. I wonder if this and that, and there are stretch goals for this and all this other kind of stuff. So like, I didn't even have the opportunity to have these be things. I didn't even think that this would be something on my radar and priorities. No offense, and maybe this was a mistake, you know, and really seeing how everything's looking like now. But the scope of this project was to be able to keep making the project. Because as I've said multiple live streams, there were twice, the second time being like right before the Kickstarter's launch, where can I keep doing this? Can I keep making DC20? I used to make content for D&D, all the craziness happened. Then I launched my own game system, and then there's just been a slow trickling down and wearing down of things, and then I was able to launch the alpha, and then there was all this slow trickle down, and I was like, I'm not going to be able to keep doing this. So my entire intent with launching the Kickstarter was, can I keep doing this? Can we get DC20 across the finish line and make it a complete game? And the answer to that now is hell yeah, because I mean, this is wild, right? Absolutely nuts. I just wanted to be able to keep making this, and now this is turning into far more than that. So the scope of my worries, VTTs were not on my list of immediate worries because I might not have been able to even make the game. So that would, as far as priorities go, that was it, right? So whoa, what's happening? What's happening? What is this? Whoa, Garrett with a super chat. Haven't been so excited about a game since I first played AD&D back in the mid 80s. Garrett, I love that. Love the icon with the skull, and that's awesome. I have seen a lot of excitement about people being like, oh yeah, you know, let's we're gonna build this class and we're gonna make this group, and healing's fun in DC20. I jumped onto another content creators live stream last night, Adventure Studios. I don't know, I think I'm getting that wrong. Let me double check. Oh no, I'm in the wrong email. No, I'm in the right email. Oh well. No, that's not a oh well. No. This is their thing. It was just cool. I just jumped into I don't know if they're gonna be watching this now, but I jumped into another YouTube channel and they were just talking about the rules of DC20. Yeah, Adventure Studios. I was right. Oh, Avenue Studios. I've been reading that wrong. Avenue Studios. Anyway, just to jump in there and see 4 people on the screen talking about DC20, getting excited for it, seeing the community talking about stuff, seeing the West Marshal service, seeing all that kind of stuff. It's been crazy. It's been crazy to see the excitement. So thank you for that. And then 323 Starlight. Any more setting lore you'd like to share? Maybe a favorite god in the setting. Ooh, also late fee. Lore drops. I'll save some lore drops, especially having to do with the gods for the Tuesday streams. And a lot of the stuff for the gods, I don't want to throw out now because anytime I say something and if it changes, I don't want to make people sad. So I'm very careful with the lore in that regard. But y'all got a lot out of me with the whole ancestry situation. So there's that. And then Alfred Miller can't stick around today for a whole chat, but wanted to say, what up? Stay strong, brother. Appreciate you, Alfred. It has been wild. And speaking of wild, we are doing 3 live streams. We are doing one right now we are here with 400 people on let's go. Wow. We're doing one right now. and then we're doing one tomorrow to send off to do the send off and watch the Kickstarter and see where we hit. Talk about some more stuff and kind of like the way it looks, what's going forward now. Maybe we'll talk about a bunch of stuff, right? So there's that. And then we have some more members. Jordan Roshart joined as a member. Catherine Reeves gifted 5 more Dungeon Coach memberships. How many is that now, Kat? And another 5. I was about to say how many is that now, but now that's 10 gifted memberships. So thank you for that, Catherine. That is truly next level. Hopeful Mayhem also joining as a member. What's up? Let's go. And then Dougster Morales, yo, here I am again. I'm back. Brazil is in all places. Let's see. I love seeing where y'all all come from, because man, oh man, are y'all from all around the world. That is so cool to see that. So cool to see that. Back to the announcements. So that was why virtual tabletops weren't on the list. And even if it was, it probably would be a bad idea for me to have done that. If I was like, DC20, hey, I'm DC20. I have a couple, like 1,000, like a small, like a small but passionate audience. I have a new game system along with everybody else that's making a game system. All these people are making their own game systems now. So here, I'm another one of those people. Hey, do you want to put me on Demiplane? Do you want to? What about alchemy? What about, like who am I? I literally essentially was nobody, right? So if I did that, I don't know how that would have gone, right? I don't know. I don't know how that would have gone, nor did I have the time to go down those rabbit holes, right? Because I was just scrambling to keep this boat afloat that had holes in it, right? As it was slowly whittling away from me, right? So then this happens, and okay, the outcry of the community, it's grown so big now. I want to support the entire community, right? And the entire community, half of y'all play online. So that's absolutely became a wildly massive priority, because now, okay, I'm going to be able to keep making this game for the rest of the time, apparently. Cool, sweet, awesome. All right, now, what does the community need? What's up? Okay, this, okay, that, okay, this, okay, that. We're going to be able to hit all these things. Okay, cool. And then I've just been trying to put it all together for you guys. So now, as y'all can see from some of these stretch goals we're going to be talking about, some big things are happening, right? DC20, small but mighty, kindly cryptid. Appreciate you, brother. And now, maybe not so small now, you know what I'm saying? We're just mighty, I guess, you know what I'm saying? So, that's one huge thing. So there's that. And then now I'm going to pull up the Kickstarter here on the main page. Let me go view project. And then, yeah. So let me make sure this is all here, and then screen, and then there we go. Okay, cool. So that's funny. Look at that. Look at the trending goal. We're trending towards 2.08. So like just missing it. But yeah, so this is where we're at right now. Y'all think we're approaching 20,000 backers. So that's wild. But then let's, in fact, this is the, you see like the next stretch goals right there. But one thing that's also now, which also we need to update these. We need to update this whole thing, because the amount of stuff that you get is $70 worth of stuff, right? A $30 PDF, which actually technically the PDF is going to be like $40 or so whenever it goes live. So technically this number should say 50 because it's the PDF and the 5e conversion kit and the monster starter pack and a whole bunch of other stuff that you get just at the whole beginning of things, right? And then where are we at? Here, yeah, so this is new on the Kickstarter, right? And then this is just all the 5 that we're making moves towards. And the big thing I want to be clear about here, just so that y'all know what these stretch goals are for. Even if the campaign closes right now and we don't even hit the 2 million mark, right? Let's say the funding stops right now. The campaign's done. Let's say that happened, right? Those 4 ancestries would be released in the Patreon magazine, the DC20 magazine available on Patreon at the entry level tier every single month. I would put those there. That's a perfect place, and that's why the DC20 magazine exists, so that I could get out stuff early, get out early access playtest stuff, see it feedback from. It's a great avenue for the health of the game and support of the game and all that stuff, right? So that is what would happen. Y'all would get it, but it'd be in a little different way, or it might take a little longer. It would come in a book in the future, etc. So same thing with VTTs. I am promising you guys, I am going to get DC20 into all of the VTTs. How long that takes, I don't know. Am I going to have to wait for this or that, or I don't know. There's the question marks. The question marks go away the more funding we get towards. Oh, I can pay this to onboard us on there to be able to have the development costs put DC20 in there. Because at the end of the day, it takes a lot of hours to crank away and turn every rule into something that is, automatic fillable and all that kind of stuff, right? So wildly big thing, right? Donating rules and rulings is donating to the not the Kickstarter fund. What are you doing? Donate to the Kickstarter fund. Freaking rules and rulings. Hydration check. Thank you. I'll do it again. Huh? Mm-hmm. Yeah, the tabs. Don't even get me started on the tabs. I'm sorry if that stresses people out. But anyway, so this is happening. It's just how fast it's happening. That's the big picture. And then if we start going over to the stretch goals, right? So y'all unlock bang, 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 right? So going on the stretch goals, this should say 2.1. I'll update that. And then Mike, 5 more, all backers add $5 to their pledge. That is true. You can go and modify your pledge. You can go to your pledge and say manage pledge. And there's a section that donates. There's like a donate section. And if everyone just typed in $5 and then sent that, that is a creative way, Mike. I see what you're doing there, Mike. That's funny. So this is what's going to happen. Another bonus that happens here if we when we hit this is this is a great example. So even if we don't get any more funding right now, I will eventually get DC20 on all of these places. Gotcha, right? Eventually. You know what I'm saying? And then this goal, it's 2.1. So this is 2, right? And this is 2.1. This goal is just like VTT, go bonkers and wild, right? So as soon as this is kicking in here, that means like that straight up funding goes straight towards that. And then now everything's good. And that we are now shifting all of that towards VT, just pouring it into VTTs, right? And we get a super sick describe bonus reward and all that kind of stuff, and a whole bunch of stuff that Describe's doing. We're gonna be integrated into Describe with some soundtracks and all this other stuff that Describe's thrown in there. And props to Describe. Describe's sending out emails and spreading the word on this as well. So Describe's jumped in, joined us up. They're sending out things. Alchemy's jumped in. I talked to the main guy over at Alchemy, Chris. He's bringing in all the stuff, and he's sending out the email to all the Alchemy people, ringing the bell. And then freaking Foundry. I'm talking to Bailey Wiki. He has a YouTube channel where he does Foundry. That's like all he does. He's sent out a whole blast out on Foundry people. He's talking with the owners of Foundry, and they might be sending out something. Who knows? Demiplane /Roll20 / Drive Through RPG. They are helping things. So they're already helping things out. They're already wanting to make this happen, and everyone's excited. So I already feel like the team has expanded, and these other big players in the TTRPG space are throwing their hats in the ring in a big way and wanting to make this happen and all this stuff. Alex, I just saw this random question. Yes, I will be at Gen Con. I'm not doing any I'm doing some special DC20 play tests for some people that I have not locked in the times and down, but I can't talk about it just yet. But yes, I will be at Gen Con, and I'll do some meetups and stuff for sure. But yeah, so there's that. But now to go into to continue the information situation here is Trixie Ray. Hey coach, how you doing? Just curious, is it possible to add the VTTs as add-ons through BackerKit? No. Wait, there are no add-ons to this VTTs through BackerKit. Oh, the BackerKit, no. Yeah, so ultimately, there's nothing digital through BackerKit. That's one of the clean lines that, as far as just logistics of how everything's working out. All physical stuff is BackerKit. All digital stuff is my website /DriveThruRPG. Like that's it, right? So there is no late backers, because the other problem with the whole BackerKit is BackerKit only charges the late people at the end. So even if I did put the VTTs on the BackerKit, you wouldn't want me to, because you wouldn't be able to get access to it until you're charged like a year from now. You know what I'm saying? And these things are going to be available within a matter of weeks and months. Like a lot of these integrations are going to be like a month, 2 months, like 3 months. Like it's going to be like very soon that some of these things are going to be kicking out, and you're going to want to jump into those right now. And if you back through BackerKit, you'd have to wait until I charged cards once the book is done. So you don't want to wait that long, which is why I can't do it through BackerKit, right? There's that question. And that's also why I didn't want to do it as an add-on. It's just, you get it, or it's just you get it or you don't type situation. It's not like I want, and I can buy and this and that, and it's just going to be and I want to make sure I'm clear on this too. Put full screen me on this. Here we go. Well, actually, I'm not going to full screen it because it's all right here. All of these rewards, right? As far as the alchemy and foundry, really, those are the big two. Those are digital only and above. Digital only and above, right? It's not just the digital only. That would be crazy. I know it's the digital only tier, but I'm not going to give something like this to the digital only tier and not to the legendary backer tier, the group tier, the deluxe tier, the core set, all the ones that are already above it, right? They all get it, right? So I had like there was like 10 people or something that lowered their pledges down to get it. I'm like, no, wait, did I say? And I looked here, I'm like, and it says, oh yeah, reward tier, $95 and above will get it. I'm like, okay, cool, we're good. But then in the update, when I was talking more casually, and I was like, oh yeah, guys, this is gonna be it. Check out the image below. This is how it's gonna go. I was casually writing and I made a mistake and I just said, yeah, the $95 tier will get it, you know. Oops, and then there's all the confusion. So, so there's that. Oh my gosh, dun dun dun. That's the person's name. The person's name I'm reading is dun 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 dun. They bumped their tier from $95 to $100. Doing your part, but I appreciate that. You don't. that is next level. That is next level. Just a straight up donation. That's appreciate that. Paul C, thanks for all the hard work. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Paul, for the thank you. Agile Monk, the man in the I picture Agile Monk with like 5 computer screens all around him, just trying to figure out crunch all the numbers. So appreciate you, Agile Monk, and then throwing out some love with some memberships. Appreciate that. And then rules and rulings. I rounded my pledge to the nearest $100. Who else? Oh, interesting. I see that you rounded it to the nearest 100. Look at that. Look at that rules and rulings. What a nice little thought there. I love that. So there's that. Cool. It's random. The gifted memberships are random. Yeah. And then it says digital only needs update. The text below them. Read the text under the image. Read the text only. Be free to everyone. Only the digital only backers now have to everything for free. Oh gosh. Oh my gosh, you're right. All right, emergency edit. Emergency edit. I'm going to edit this right now. Hello? Edit this right now. Give me my menu. Edit the project. Give me. I'm going to fix it right now. Good call. Who caught that? 11 of chaos? Good call. I'm going to fix that right now. I did not know that. All right, there we go. Okay, so here we are. The thing. Okay, so the $95 tier. Only the digital only baggers, $95 tier and above will get everything for free. And above. $95 tier and I guess I don't need all that. I guess and above will get everything for free. Okay, cool. Save. Whoo. We're good. All right, we're good. We fixed it. Thank you. See, that's all. That's right. Emergency hydration check. Thank you. There we go. All right. So where else we got? And then add the 2.1 mil. Oh, who's added? Who's adding what? Oh, I missed super chats. My bad. Yarden Riva. Me and my gaming group are so excited for DC20. A couple of my friends to support the Kickstarter. Absolutely love your excitement. Thanks, man. Love all the love from Israel. What's up, dude? First time super chat. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Every time I see somebody, gosh, I don't know locations in Texas. My best friend in high school spoke Farsi, and I learned some. It's dwindled down to where I'm probably just butchering it all. So anytime I see something like that, I'm like, but I probably don't even know where things are at. I don't know. I can't find South Dakota on the U.S. map. I have no idea where it's at. Not even a clue. I think it's towards the right. Who knows? But thank you for that, Yarden. Thank you for that, Yarden. Likeable artist. Oh, there we go. I see it. And I bet you drew that little logo there. As someone who owns a lot of third-party supplements for D&D 5e, will there be a way or some sort of guidelines to convert 5e to DC20? Conversion guide. Already got you. And the whole community already has got you because we already updated it, right? So you're good. You're all good. There's a conversion guide already in the works. So yeah, already gotcha. No worries. Shows at least one gremlin feature. I'm curious. What? Oh, Dougster Morales. So the gremlins, they're gonna have a little bit of bestial feral type situation. Another somewhat mechanic they'll have is being able to incite fear in others. That's a little bit of the thing. Halflings, if you hadn't seen, halflings are brave. They're fearless. The opposites here, they have no fear, but gremlins like to incite fear. Not in like an evil way where they're just like these evil gremlins and everyone's evil. They like to scare people. You know what I'm saying? Like it would be like, I'm a little gremlin in some ways. I like to scare my wife and she hates it. So I now have to like scare my children or something, you know, like, hey boo, you know, and like, I gotcha. You know, like that's the type of playfulness that like the gremlins would have. Now, could you slant that towards the evil direction? Sure, as you could for humans. There's going to be evil humans in every world. There's going to be evil everything of all the ancestries in every world, and good ones, because it completely depends on the people you're purposely making. It's not like embedded into anybody. I made that really clear last live stream about like there's not any evil races in DC20. It just depends on what you want them to be. So gremlins like to have a little bit of they like to scare people. So there may be a little thing where they can like make people intimidated or all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's all I'll say there. Because also they haven't been unlocked yet, so there has not been a whole bunch of like, oh, let's dive into the mechanics of the gremlin. You know what I'm saying? Because that would be irresponsible of me if I were to start making stuff that's not in the game yet. You know what I'm saying? Kaizo with a late fee donated $50 to the Kickstarter. Kaizo, oh my gosh, thank you for that. Thank you for that. Every little bit, y'all. Oh yeah, I gotta turn this on here. Yeah, every little bit keeps us going there. Ewan, I'm early backer who bought hardcover tier plus all PDFs and add-ons. I can't get VTT though as low tier. Early backers punished even though I get all PDFs. Oh yeah, okay. This is a good thing to talk about now. So as far as early backers being punished, I mean I'm confused by the punishment situation here, because this is all like you can still have all those things. You know what I'm saying? This is just a wildly large amount of value put into a higher tier for it. You know what I'm saying? This would never have been an early backer tier. You know what I'm saying? In fact, I would just say in general, from how Kickstarters work, these things are like, oh yeah, like we are a day away from the end of the campaign. I'm not going to have something happen, unlock, all these cool things are happening. Oh no, yeah. Hey, early bird backers, get this. Wait, what? I can't be an early bird backer. You know what I'm saying? Like it would be impossible for some people to get that if I like only gave it to early bird backers. Is that situation? And also the amount of value in this thing is crazy. So if you want to stay in early bird and you get a whole bunch of stuff for a little bit cheaper, you absolutely can. But if any of these things are huge to you, if any of these things are something that you'd want, like that's the whole. I think the difference was. Early bird backers could do something. People did some math on it and everything, and people found a way to have like, if I was an early bird backer and I did the hardcover only tier and added just the PDFs I want, y'all could have created this like cheap, high value version of a tier for yourself, and that was great, and that was even intended. You found it, babe? Do you have a phone? Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I have it right here. Yeah. Sorry. So they created this tier for themselves, which is great. That was intended. Like, absolutely, you could totally do that. I think that was a cool thing about how I did the early bird backer tiers, right? So that was just a cool thing that I wanted to give out. The true early bird backer bonus is early access to the DC20 character creator, which we've been working on for a while. It's like getting close to launching. Like, I don't want to say a matter of weeks or a matter or like a month or so away, or even less, or somewhere around a month away, right? I don't want to, speak for the digital team and say something too early, but the early bird, the true early bird reward was early access to the digital character creator. And that's still true. That's not even an add-on. You know what I'm saying? Like, if anything, that's like the early bird backers, that's your reward. You know what I'm saying? You get early access to the DC20, like our team making our own version of it, early access to that character creator. Boom. And that's the only thing. It's not even an add-on. That's the only thing you get. That's the only way to get it, is to be an early backer. Done. Right? That was the reward. And then on top of that, I'm like, okay, you know what? I want to have like people that are just like on the fence about, I don't know, and all that kind of stuff. I want to be able to give them, some magic items. I want to be able to give them, some one shots, All right, here, I'm going to also throw in these 3 PDFs, right? Because I just wanted to do that, because I want to provide as much value as I can and thank those early backers, right? So that's the situation. That's the whole. Let me change this over here. So when we're having a real talk. That's the early bird backer tier. But then I would say, don't then look at it through a different lens whenever we're down the road and I've had these really awesome things that we've been working real hard to be able to get. And then now we're like, hey, look at all this crazy value. You're going to be able to get alchemy, roll 20, it's demi-plane situation. You're going to be able to get alchemy and foundry at the $95 digital only tier. All those backers and above get all of that content for free. That's crazy. You get the core rules, you get the game master guide, you get the monster collection, you get the monster starter pack, you get the one-shot adventures, you get the starter adventure, like the starting adventure for that's all. And that's just so wild. That's like hundreds of dollars really, amount of value that you're getting there. That's crazy, right? So I think I would say that I see those two things as completely different, and it makes me sad in general, I guess, if the early bird backers feel bad about that now. When I made that for the early bird backers, you get early access to the digital character creator, and I threw in 3 PDFs just because I thought it was awesome. And if you created a cool tier for yourself and you want to have that, awesome, have that. I liked seeing people make this like, oh, I don't really want the art pack, but I want to have this, and they created an awesome tier for themselves. So you have that, and that's not taken away from you. If you want the absolutely huge thing of this thing, I think the upgrade is like $10 upgrade, right? So there's that, right? So there's the big picture on that situation, because I saw some people asking on the Kickstarter as well, and I'm trying to be as fair as I possibly can about it, but that's just a ton of value. The amount of value that if it's Alchemy's entire every single thing on DC20's Kickstarter free on Alchemy, every single thing free on Foundry. That's wild. And then Demiplane, who has this wildly, I think I'm gonna have to show you guys in another live stream. But Demiplane is the best digital character creator there is, just period. And their interface and integration wildly professional. It's super large. It's integrated with Roll20, integrated with Drive-Thru RPG. They're all one big company now, and you get a 50% off of absolutely everything. Again, all 3 of those together are hundreds of dollars as far as value goes. So take it or leave it. That is the crazy awesome thing that has been put at that level. And the Demiplanes, that coupon code thing is for everybody, much less the things that they're wanting to do at that level too. It's just for some of the free stuff that's also possible there. So there's that big picture. Definitely wanted to talk about that. So that was a good question there. From Newman. Appreciate you asking that question so I could clarify and get y'all in my head on what, me just trying to be, my entire intent is be as fair as possible. I want to thank the early bird backers, and that was what I wanted to thank them with the DC20 character creation thing, which is 100% a thing that my team is working on, and it's getting closer to release, and it'll be something you'll be able to make your character and all that kind of stuff. I'll keep y'all posted on that. That's all happening. Yeah, so there's the, and now I'm way behind on super chats. Shoot. Silver Skull bump from 265 to 300. Hit that 2 mil. There we go. Everybody's taking that round up. Everybody's rounding up to the nearest 100. I appreciate that, Silver Skull. And then J Dom's just up my pledge to include the dice. So hyped. There you go. Oh, and hey, instead of just donating that extra, you can just add something, just like J Dom's did. 2 absolutely amazing examples. Morton rounded up. Let's go. And Commander Shepard, there will be late pledges through Backer Kit, but they're not for the tiers. They're not for the reward tiers. They're not for these type of stretch goals. The Backer Kit stuff is going to be very clear and clean change prices back to the normal MSR normal, what's gonna sell for later. Book, dice, action trackers, physical products, and then the digital products on my website and stuff. So yeah. And then good luck going for the PDFs. This is Indonesian. Guys, I don't know, it's a rupiah, Indonesian rupiah, so like maybe $9. Hey, but I now have 159,000 rupiah. That's awesome. That's absolutely awesome. Wait, my son is awake. Hold up. I left my phone as a. Oh, okay. Yep. Okay. I'll be right back, guys. This is a hilarious little detour here. My son needs to go poo poo. He's yelling to go poo poo. I will be right back. We're going to take a bio break, as in my son is going to take one. So be right back. All right. That's funny. My wife comes in and she's like, I haven't left yet. So she's good. She took care of him. He's good now. All right, let me get caught up with the rest of these things here. Oh man. And upgrade to include the dice. Gotcha. Rena, good luck. Looking forward to read the PDFs. Okay, there you go. Appreciate you, Rena. Yeah, I love the rupiah. I've never seen rupiah. I love that. And then what will the tier? Will that be tier based or on the value of the pledge? Seen the question a few times now. What will that be tier based or based on the total value of the play? Oh, it's tier based. As far as value of pledges go, the code that happens in the back end of things sends it out to Kickstarter backers of those tiers, right? So that's the thing. And that's the easiest way also as far as to handle it. So there's people that came up with different sorts of things because of early backers and all this other type of stuff. The biggest thing I can say right now, as far as where things are happening under the gun with like a day left, is this is the digital only. Rewind and taking everything back is, if I knew that these were going to be a part of it, I would have baked them into tiers. I would have had them be add-ons. I would have had them be. I would have had an entire tier of a VTT tier, and it would have been far higher than the $95 tier. You know what I'm saying? Like the hundreds of potential dollars or whatever, depending on what platform you're on, because obviously you're not going to necessarily use them all, although some people do, is massive. So the amount of value that's being added to the $95 and above tiers is nuts. So if you want that value, that's how you would get it. And if you've done some sort of rejiggering of how everything else is gone, then the price difference from the best math that I could see is like a $10 price difference. So if it's worth that $10 or so to change the ways you were doing whatever, you still have all the early bird backer, the rewards. And if you're talking about double dipping with the PDFs, sure, then that part of that value is also from all the VTT stuff that you get. But the early backer reward still is the early access to digital character creator. You know what I'm saying? And that's the type of thing, and this is just to get y'all in my head, because I may be too honest with stuff sometimes, and I probably shouldn't say something like this, but these are the types of moments where I'm like, well, shoot, next time I guess I'll just do one thing that early bird backers get and not just give away 3 PDFs. You know what I'm saying? Because I wouldn't have gotten any flack or whatever if I was like, oh, hey, early bird backers get the digital character, early access to digital, and that's what you get. Bang, right? But I was like, no, I want to give y'all more. And then now that want to give more has turned into this situation where now, because it's so close and the people did the things and all that stuff to get and they've done all these things, now it's somehow turned into a negative slant. And that's the part that makes me, I guess, sad. And then I'm going to have to like, okay, well, I don't want to have or upset people again. So I guess I'll just give less, that's the weird part. You know what I'm saying? That's the part that feels that I'm trying to wrap my head around, or at least get you guys in my head on what my intention was. It was a positive intention, but that's just trying to do the best I can with that. Dougster, thanks for joining the team. DC, you've always stated from the start that you want to give us as much, that you wanted to give as much ability to jump right in and play the game from the start. I was one of the first to back DC20 and I feel great. Let's go, Thank you for that. Appreciate that. And yeah, I want people to have the 5e DC20 conversion guide. There you go. You got a whole bunch of stuff. Free one shot for everybody. You got your stuff. Free version of the game that I released already that's in the downloads right now that people can jump in and play. You know, I want to have that barrier to entry be super low. You know what I'm saying? So heck yeah, appreciate that. Sing and Smash, what can be expected from the advanced guide PDF? Asking for a commenter. Let's keep the hype going. So much value in these stretch goals. I want y'all to see that as almost like a game master's, early game master's guide type of situation. Different tips on how to run the game. Different. There's actually other stretch goals that y'all have even unlocked for just that thing. In fact, let me switch it back over to this one. Is PC and Game Master cheat sheets and all that kind of stuff to what you could print out and put on your Game Master screen, right? Also for the player characters to be able to kind of print out for player characters to help them with some stuff. It's just the things that, I can describe it like this. There's certain things that need to be in a core rule book, right? And that's what's going to be there. Now, if you want the extra bells and whistles and other things, they're like, you know what? What if we had like a printable section that is for, you can hand out to brand new players. You know, here's a brand new martial character. Here you go. Brand new spellcaster. Here you go. What if there's a page to print out of that 10-step guide, like character create, and you have like, this is the section, and it's just wildly simple to do this and that. Now, if that thing, like I just said, if that makes more sense to go in the core rules, it'll go in the core rules. But if there's these ideas that we have for what would make the game better, kind of slanted towards game masters or like next level tips for players, that's one of them. Another stretch goal that was going to be a thing, but while I was making some of the stretch goals, I was like, no, you know what? This is too important. It has to be in the game. This can't just be a stretch goal. This has to be a thing, right? Was a skill challenge guide. So like a guide for game masters on how to like next level ways to run skill challenges, multiple round skill challenges. Because right now skill challenges are in general one round, right? So there's gonna be expansion type rules on like, oh, you could run it for even more, or you could run it like this. You could do little tweaks and changes, variant rules, all that kind of stuff. So variant rules is another good thing to talk about. That would be something that in the advanced guide collection are extra variant rules, extra ways and different ways to run stuff. And then the $1 million stretch goal was the pre-generated characters, the iconic pre-generated characters with backstories and pre-made sheets and custom art and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, there's how some of that stuff works to hopefully answer that question, Sing and Smash. And then sounds like tough. For the legendary tier, if I want a custom subclass, but someone else recommended it, I already or is planned, what happens? Oh yeah. So if there's ever, now at this point, I think we have like 100. I can look here. Legendary backers. There's 98 legendary backers. So yeah, y'all are going to fill out the whole thing, and y'all are all going to do this separately. So I'm going to send out this whole thing, and you're going to fill it out, and I'm going to see what everybody's at. And if I ever get a spot where multiple people said like the exact same thing, or something that's like similar enough to where like it would be a waste to have that be done, you know what I'm saying? If there's any overlap like that, I would be like, hey, and I would reach out to both of those people that happen to overlap. Or let's say there's 3 people that all said kind of the same thing, you know? I want a ninja subclass for the rogue. I just made that up. So if that's what the three of them want, I'd be like, oh, hey, cool. So here's the thing. And then I would probably start like a little like, okay, so give me some more ideas. And then like I would have them all say ideas, and then have 3, and then everybody would be good. You know what I'm saying? So it would be taken care of to where you weren't just wasted, you know, like you're overlapped, double dipped, and oh, okay, cool. You know, there will be 98 things, you know what I'm saying, for the 98 people. I'm not going to let any double dips like that. So thank you for sounds like tough. Oh, Toph from Avatar. Oh my God, I totally get it now. That's super cool. I see the Toph and the Toph. I see that. So yeah, love that. No worries there. Claudio Wild, DC20 is a roundup system. So are our donations. Let's get to this 2 million. I want to play Gremlins so bad. That's funny. Claudio, we do round up. We do round up in DC20. So you are right there. You are right. That's funny. And then Theory Laurent. Hey, coach, not familiar with Foundry and the other things you mentioned. Are different PDF distributors, or are there more to it? So excited for DC20. Theory Laurent, I'm going to try and prepare this for the stream tomorrow. Is the VTTs that you're able to go and make characters in. Like, you're able to go inside of these and make characters. You're able to go in here and play the game online. I'm going to have visuals to show you all of this, but they are not just PDF distributors. Drive-Thru RPG is a PDF distributor. But that's not exciting for you guys. These are virtual tabletops, like full-on virtual tabletops. You know what? Let me try and look up here. Oh no, I can't close that tab. I gotta have a new tab. Alchemy. Alchemy. What? I guess where would be the best? Oh, you know what? Here, can I just press play? Can I just press play? Is this showing? I'm gonna mute it. Is that all right? I'm gonna shift over to this screen. Let's see. Is this just their logo? Oh, there we go. So you can go in here, via virtual tabletop. And they actually have a streaming thing where they have that was something cool that I was shown as well. But you'd be able to access. We'd be right there next to Pathfinder and all that type of stuff. Click in here, go in there. You can access all the stuff that you can like play with. You can we're showing everything. But I also want to show. What it looks like to actually get in there and play as well, because this is some like obviously beautiful looking interfaces and stuff, but then you're able to actually go in there and play the VTT and play like across line with your friends and all that kind of stuff. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, they are not just PDF distributors. No, I'm going to show more for that for sure in future streams. Let me see. So then what else we got? Peter, late fee, DC20 hype, 2 million, so close. I for sure see us hitting 2 million. I've had confidence on that since the beginning. 2.1, that is, it's gonna be close. And then what we just got, and then if not so glitch out. I see that you just upped to the $95 tier, but you're confused at what you're actually getting. So I'm gonna try. Actually, you know what? I could probably make that very clear. Hold up. Where's my Kickstarter button? There. No, that's not it. There we go. Okay, so let's go back. Oh, is this? No, that's view project. There we go. All right, so let's kick it back to here. To be very clear on, this is for you, Glitch Out. To be very clear on what you get. Oh, you know what? This will be the best spot to do it. What's in the book? No, I was at reward tiers. Is it right here? No, it's down here. I think it's right at the very bottom. Let's see here. There we go. So, digital only. Boom. So this magic item PDF, the magic item PDF is going to be available on Alchemy and Foundry. And that's how it works. Is Alchemy and Foundry is similar in that they are VTTs, right? Alchemy and Foundry are both two different types of VTTs. So you'd probably only use one over the other, whichever one your preference is. You'd be able to, but if you don't have a preference, you'd be able to play with both. See which one you like better. Super cool. But that content in the VTTs will be unlocked for free for all $95 and up pledges. Will be the magic items, the one shot, the advanced guide, the monster PDF, the Curse of Wolf's Peak starter adventure. The digital art is not going to be in there because that's not actual DC20 content. That's an art PDF, right? So that's not that. And the core rules will all be in there. Oh, and the monster starter pack and the free community one shot. All of that I just said is free in Alchemy and Foundry. Boom. And then big picture now for all backers, Demiplane is giving a 50% off to all backers is what that would look like, right? So there's that. Hopefully that makes a bit more sense for you, Glitch. Let me know if it didn't. Trixie Ray, just out of curiosity, how does the whole legendary tier extra thing work? I.e., create a subclass monster, something else. I can't remember what the other thing was. Magic items. So yeah, for the legendary backers, it's literally going to be this little form that gets sent out at this point. Because my plan for the legendary backers was going to be like, hey y'all, what do y'all want? And I would just kind of talk to each person. But the organization process now, because there's 100 people instead of like the 5 or 10 that I thought I would get, is going to be a bit different now. So now what it's going to look like is 100 people are going to be sent out a forum thing. They fill out the thing of what they want, and then I can organize that and then reach out one-on-one, and I'll still be reaching out and talking to everybody. So I don't want y'all, that's not lost. I'm going to spend the time and appreciation towards the legendary backers. Yeah, so then once all that's organized, and then I'll go through that and start to make those things along the line. And the order in which I go through it will be probably random and probably based around what you asked for. So maybe the subclasses will be first, because that's the thing that's coming out pretty soon here. So maybe the subclasses might be on the first thing. So if you ask for a subclass, I might get to you sooner than if you ask for a monster or a magic item or whatever. So yeah. And then so Commander Shepard, I want to shoot this thing down too. So the hardcover book is $65 through the Kickstarter. And through the Kickstarter, you also get the PDF with it for free. That's the biggest thing there, right? If you wait, and the question from Commander Shepard is, awesome game, by the way. Mass Effect was super sick. If I wait for the late pledge through Backer Kit, will it be $135? No. The $135, I think that's coming from the people that see this. I think that's where people are thinking $135 is from. The value here, just to break this down, maybe I can finally answer this question. Reward tiers. Oh, no, add-ons, and I can go here. Where this is coming from, right, is, let me show, I should probably show it. Where this is coming from, the book is $65 on Kickstarter. But here's the thing, you also get this monster starter pack. That's like $15. 5e conversion guide, that's like $15. DC20 community one shot. Let's just say it's $5 for just a simple little one shot, maybe less, you know. And then beta access, which you could technically value that at $15 because that's what I did charge for the alpha, but you just are getting that along with buying everything. And then there's something else. But that's where all of this adds. Oh, and the PDF. You get the PDF for free as well, because the book comes with the PDF for free. So that's where all this value comes in. That's where this $70 of savings is, because you're getting this and this and this and all this free stuff, and the value of all that free stuff is that. You know what I'm saying? So I hope that makes sense. So the book is gonna be $70. Like the book, like a year from now, 2 years from now, when somebody wants to buy the book, it'll be $70. That's the price of the book. I'm not going to charge $135 for a book. That's wild. You know what I'm saying? So the book is going to be $70, and then maybe there's like, you know, sales that goes on and stuff to bring it down to $65 again or something. But ultimately, it's going to be $70. So that's the Kickstarter reward. Is it's $5 off of that, and you get the PDF for free alongside it, as far as the value packed into all this stuff. So hopefully that answers that question, right? And then 323 Starlight, adjusted my pledge for an extra hardcover book. Let's go. It shall go to my local library. Look at these people. Look at you guys. Y'all are donating. Just the same people already. There we go. The same people are just adding on more, adding in donations. You guys are too much, y'all. That's why we're here in the first place, is because y'all are freaking amazing. Liam, a cool thing for the advanced gameplay guide for DMs would be a list of quick builds, while forms that's in the core rules. Wild form and all that stuff is in the core rules. Maybe familiars. I could see familiars being in the advanced game master's guide. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, tell Windows Update to go away. Did I have a Windows update? I don't know. We'll see. If I randomly drop off here, that's why. And then let me make sure I go back hit everybody. D&D Geek. Way to go, Coach. Can't wait to get my copy. Thanks, man. Thanks for being a team member for 23 months. D&D Geek. Let's go. The dedication, y'all. The dedication. It's so crazy. Kyle Doring. Isn't for tiers. Wait. Okay, so roll for stealth is confused. A little confused by the previous statement saying Backer Kit isn't for tiers. In other Kickstarters, you could upgrade to another tier within Backer Kit and be charged immediately. Oh, okay. So there's a interesting. There's a process in Backer Kit when they transfer you over, whenever you close and your card does get charged. When your card does get charged, there's an opportunity to change things like that. But if you don't go through that process, you just get charged for the thing that you did or whatever. You get an email from Kickstarter. So there's a little bit of a gray area there. But if you want to if you want to get the stuff from the tiers, you would need to do it now before the Kickstarter closes, is the ultimate thing. Now, some of that stuff, there might be a window of what Roll for Stealth is talking about. This is me, I'm not as familiar with the exact windows here as far as Kickstarter to backer kit and all this stuff. There is a window from different Kickstarters I've backed where I go through and like, oh, it's time. And so I go here and they ask me all those questions about different things I want to add on or not, or this or that, or upgrade or that, whatever. That, and then I charge, I pray my car gets charged. That, I guess, is maybe the moment you're talking about. That moment, you'd have a window of time to be able to upgrade your pledge and do that type of stuff there, sure. But I'd say do that now. You have, a day. So you don't mess with that. Because in backer kit, there's a moment in backer kit where you get into backer kit and then you just stay in backer kit. Backer kit's we're just going to be in backer kit for months, where people can add on physical stuff, right? But you don't get charged until it's like, all right, guys, here we go. I'm about to print the books. I'm about to make the dice. I'm about to make the, you know what I'm saying? And then I mass charge everybody, mass lock everything, and it all happens in one big lever that I pull, right? That's I don't know if that helped with the confusion. But yeah, so, and then Glitch Out. Much love to you and the team, the community. I know the digital, it's digital only, no issues there. And I'm a DM that uses Foundry. Hey, there you go. So you are set, Glitch Out. You are set. And then Kyle, a bit early, but would a Vorpal bunny be a unicorn horn? And a Vorpal bunny with a unicorn horn and Avastar tile features be called Bitrab? Work for the legendary tier? Oh yeah, I mean, if you're talking about a monster, like a monster idea, yeah, absolutely, that's a legendary monster right there. You can give as much or as little feedback for that as you want, and then we'll brainstorm it from there. That's super cool. Love that, Kyle. Josh added 6 action trackers. Oh my gosh, starting a campaign soon at questionnaire stage and decided to make it DC20. Thank you for the thoughtful decisions, DM Dad. Let's go, Josh H. Thank you for that. Wow, that's nuts. That's so cool to see people doing campaigns. It's just such a commitment. Campaigns is such a commitment. So know that people are like, yeah, no, let's do this. And that's so cool. That's so cool. Oh man. I got that makes me want to be like, okay, like I'm excited for the Kickstarter to close so I can start working on the game again. I've been doing nothing but all this type of stuff having to do with VTTs and calls for this and meetings for that and all this blah, right? Get me back in here and get me some subclasses. So yeah. I love that. Craig Mattinson, first super chat. Appreciate you, dude. I love creating characters. DC20 is the best in every way. Oh my gosh, Craig. Craig, it's dang. Like there's times when I have these feelings and I am not delusional. I know I'm wildly biased because I'm the creator of DC20. So if I feel like something's the best or my favorite, I feel like it doesn't hold as much weight because of course it is. I'm the one, you know what I mean? So I've made characters and I'm like, man, it's just so much easier, so much I can actually make the character I want, and I feel like there's not certain hoops that I have to jump through that feel like arbitrary or outdated or whatever, and I can just make my character and I'm excited to play it right out the gate. It's cool to see other people feel that way too, so thank you for that, Greg. That's funny. And then Earl Schultz, the current character sheet doesn't imply a 5th action point. That is your minor action. And in some ways it could imply a 5th action point because in the beginning stages of the game, there was a 5th action point that was going to be at level 5. Everybody got a 5th action point. And then I realized that was dumb and we never did it again. And then also at level 10, you got a 6th action point. At level 15, you got a 7th action point. At level 8, you got an 8th, or at level 20, you got an 8th action point, which was dumb, but we didn't know until we tried it. So yeah, that's funny. I see you on that. And then Iron Bird, what would the books cost if I want to buy later? Oh, that I just answered that question. I'm sorry. $70 is what the price of the book goes up to in the late pledges and stuff. So there's that. And then so it's only a $5 jump. I'm not trying to be freaking crazy here, y'all. I still want to again have it be a low barrier to entry for people. You know what I'm saying? So I'm almost caught up here. Lee, Demiplane seems like a great content hub, but without a VTT, can I use that stuff in a VTT? Do different VTTs have different connectivity to that? Oh yeah. So Lee. So there's some huge stuff with Demiplane. Demiplane's making moves, y'all. Demiplane's making moves. I want to get I'm going to have something from tomorrow's stream. Tomorrow's stream, I'm going to show y'all some stuff on Demiplane, and y'all will really, truly see what that's looking like. You know what I'm saying? Because tomorrow's stream will know if we're going to be able to hit it or not, because right now we're still on the come up. But yeah, so the coolest thing about Demiplane is I guarantee you the player that plays right here, his name's Glenn, he's going to use the hell out of Demiplane because you can play in person with Demiplane. And that's crazy because the in-person experience, you have your character sheet, it's all on there. You can look up rules. It's all does stuff for you. You can roll dice off of the thing. It literally just takes your hand, doesn't even hold your hand. It puts you on its back and it's like, I got you. Making characters with all the visuals and everything, it does all of that, right? So as far as VTT integration, yeah, any player could use Demiplane with any VTT in that way because you could be on any VTT of whatever your favorite one is and be playing and then have Demiplane with your character pulled up right there. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as integration and connectivity and all that stuff, that's beyond me. That would be something that I'd look into, but then I don't know who can talk to who and all that stuff. But then I know also Demiplane is connected with Roll20, is connected with, so those are for sure going to be connected, right? And then Gyoza, will there be optional dice damage rules? I like dice. Yeah, I could see there being some sort of homebrew hack type situation where if you want to roll damage dice, then all you do is because also keep this in mind. I don't know, I might blow people's minds with this or maybe Gyozaga. There we go. Gyozaga. You might just love this. This is off the top of my head. If I had to, I don't think personally this would be what's best for the game. And I would challenge you, Gyozaga, play the game, play 3 sessions without the dice and then see if you miss the dice. Because I'm telling you, I don't know. I don't want to speak for people, but I think it's you'll be surprised if you to see if you like it or not. So I would highly recommend to try that out just in general. But if not, the damage in DC20 is already pretty low. A weapon's damage is 1 or 2 damage now with the weapons rework. So weapons will deal 1 or 2 damage. Cantrips deal 1 or 2 damage. And on a heavy hit, you deal 1 extra damage. On a brutal hit, you deal 2 extra damage. You see what I'm saying? So like if you just took the 1 and turned it into a D6, like 1d6. So regular weapons would deal 1d6 damage. Big, huge, gigantic weapons would deal 2d6 damage. Instead of 1 damage and 2 damage, I mean that's done. You know what I'm saying? Like that's pretty simple. And then on a heavy hit, add 1d6. On a brutal hit, add 2d6. Bobbity bobbity bobbity. So like you'll always be good. And on a critical, add a d12. Like even that's exciting. And I just took 2 seconds to homebrew that, So yeah, you'll absolutely be able to do that. Whether that sees it, something like that. That's a good example of an advanced gameplay guide. That's a good example of that advanced guide. That could be a rule that we see there. You know what I'm saying? Iron Wolf. Now you also have to increase the health and all these other types of things, but keep that in mind. Question: I want to make sure if someone in the country currently isn't supported through Kickstarter, can they pledge on Patreon to get this update? Wait, I want to make sure if someone is in a country currently isn't supported through Kickstarter, they can pledge on Patreon to get the updates. Oh yeah. So on an individual case-by-case basis, I have tried to figure out stuff like this. So if you are in a situation like this, then reach out to a moderator on Discord. They'll try and get you set up. It's a complicated process, but we'll figure out something because I want to do the best I can for the community, right? To try and make sure that I can get the people who want to get DC20 in your hands as best I possibly can, right? So yeah, we'll figure something out. And then change up some things and whatever we need to do. So yeah. And then what else is that? Jonathan, Oh, the other thing with the weird thing though with the Kickstarter on the Patreon thing is shipping and stuff, and like that can get complicated because then I might be running into shipping problems to wherever, depending on where you're at and stuff. So yeah, it's a complicated thing. So yep. And then Jonathan, of the Shapeshifter, Beastmaster, Shaman, Elementalist, and Summoner, which one will we see first? So first of all, Jonathan Hickston, love to see it. First time super chat, but I can tell the people that are like super like dedicated to DC20 and they know their stuff, and I think you're one of the people that know their stuff. You know what I'm saying? The for you to side off the next classes. Let's see which ones you miss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 8. We missed Artificer and oh my god, which is the other one we missed? Scion. There we go. Artificer and Scion. Of course, there's a Scion because it's the Scion's releasing in the volume 1 of the DC20 magazine, which actually drops tomorrow. Isn't that crazy? Wait, not tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Tomorrow, the 1st of July, the Scion, the 0.8, which is kind of funny, I guess. The first piece of 0.8 technically launching is the Scion class on DC20 magazine to patrons. But I mean, I think that's exactly what the magazine's for, in that way, to because without patrons, I would have been off of YouTube a long time ago. So yeah, that is the Scion is going to be making their release so on the 1st. So then probably next after that would be Artificer, which is still not answering the question. But then maybe Jonathan knows his stuff so well that he already knows the Scion's being released and already knows the Artificer of course would be next. So to still answer your question, of those, the next one to be released, gosh, you know, it's so funny because like it could be any of them, and I'm genuinely trying to, because if I answered it, I think I would be lying if I answered it. If I had to say which one, oh my gosh, I love them all. I'll tell you guys, I'm a very decisive person. I think that's a personality trait I have of mine. Is you give me options, I'll be able to pick within seconds, baby. I am a decisive person. I can't pick between those. I can't pick between those of which one I'd want to have next. The answer to that question would be whatever the path of the releases would be, is where that would be. So there's going to be some sort of lycanthropy, cursed, vampire, werewolf, haunted, whatever expansion. Maybe the Shifter's in that one, and you know, and then there's a pet companions, pets, familiars, sidekicks, that's the word, expansion that also interconnects with like base building and all this other stuff. Maybe the Beastmasters in that one. There's the Shaman can be, maybe the Shaman and Elementals can get paired together in some ways, and that they come out at the same time. Who knows? That's an interesting expansion there. Elements and all that stuff. Or maybe the Elementalist is in an Elemental only themed expansion. And the Summoner is of course going to be in the undead, unholy, lich, skeletons, ghosts, that type of expansion. So it really depends on which expansion comes first. And then as far as to answer which one will see the light of day on Patreon first, if I had to guess, it might be the Shapeshifter. If I had to absolutely guess, if I had to be decisive under the gun, I'd say Shapeshifter, Elementalist, Beastmaster, Shaman, Summoner. I only said Summoner because I just know there's going to be a lot of tweaks that make sure to get the Summoner right, because it may be a hybrid class, it may not be, and it's summons. We got to make sure to nail the summons. So there's that. Jonathan Hicks, thanks for that super chat. You really made me squirm on that one. Oh man, and now I'm behind again. And then whoa, I'm way behind. Is there a way that I can just show the chat so I can not? Oh, there we go. That's beautiful. Okay, there we go. Okay, so and then much love with legendary. Okay, we answered that one. Pending legendary. Wait, what? Tease. Oh wow, I'm that behind. Okay, there we go. So I gotta get caught up here, and I gotta get caught up here, and then my kids are about to wake up. So again, so Pete, rules question: would plus or minus damage for plus or minus size be feasible? I don't see that happening. As far as at the baseline level, where like all small creatures are -1 damage, all large creatures are plus. I don't see that being the way we balance monsters, because there's going to be small monsters that deal a whole bunch of damage. So if I want a small monster to deal a whole bunch of damage, and why would I want to minus it because it's small and then add to it because it's, you know what I'm saying? I don't see that being a good thing for the game. I know D&D does that, but I don't agree with it. But that's a great question. I love those game design type questions. Thank you, Pete. And then Sing and Smash, not interested in a DC20 shirt, but a DC20 hat with a purple with that dope purple dragon art would go hard. If I go for legendary, what do you think are the chances are? If you go legendary, my wife is the one making these. If she was still here, I would ask her this. My wife's the one making these. She has like a heat press, and she's doing it herself, and she's gonna be, she's doing all these by hand. So I would ask, if you were a legendary backer situation, I would ask you, or I would ask her to look into that for you specifically, and maybe you get a freaking hat. That'd be nuts. D Optimus. Hey coach, you've gotten me stoked at the whole TTRPG. You've gotten me stoked about the whole TTRPG community again. Much love. Odds my subclass gets published if I go to Legendary Bundle. I really like it to be shared with the community. So that's the thing. That is the full thing. I've been honest with this every single time somebody's asked about it. Any legendary backer, it is an absolute afterthought, absolute back burner, absolute, like, that's not on the table at all if it gets published in any way, shape, or form, right? I don't care if you were a $5,000 backer. There's no price somebody could pay me to force a subclass into the game unless I believe that it should be in the game. You know what I'm saying? So how that would look is, hey, what kind of subclass do you want? Oh, you want this one? How fleshed out is it? And if you have one, some backers already have, like, this is the subclass, and they've like made it, right? And then that becomes a much different, reward for that person. That would be, you've made something, and then now I'm going to make that same thing, and then you can kind of take notes and compare and all that kind of stuff and see what the differences are, right? And then you can, take that, leave it, and tweak it and do whatever you want with it, or, do what you want with it, right? Or use it as is, or be like, oh, I like this feature, but not this one. I'm going to take it this way. Because at the end of the day, you play the game that you want, right? So maybe that's the way it works. Or maybe somebody has no idea, and they're like, you know what? I want a subclass that's like this and this and this and this and that. And then we go back and forth on the, okay, well, this is like the class fantasy the subclass fantasy you're trying to accomplish. And then once that's seen, then boom, the subclass gets made, right? Now, whether or not it gets published, entirely separate situation. If the prompt you give me is so, oh, you know what, that's really interesting, and I fall in love with the subclass, and I think it fits a perfect spot to be in a core rule book, it might be a core rule book. If I'm like, you know what, this is a perfect subclass for the elemental situation, and we'll put that in the elemental expansion down the road, then maybe that's when it comes out. Or, you know what, maybe this is super cool, I don't really see this fitting into any of the official stuff, but man, is it really cool. It's super specific. Man, it's so niche and so specific, but dang, is it cool. It'd be released in the DC20 magazine. And then that's where, and it would be published to the community through the DC20 magazine. You know what I'm saying? So who knows what it's going to be. But that's, or maybe it's so specific and so, I always make the penguin analogy of like, it's a talking magic penguin. And I'm like, I don't see myself publishing this. Okay. Then that's where it would be. And I would give it to you, and it would stop there. Who knows what that is, but that's not part of it, to be clear, right? There's no guarantees in that way. I'm not trying to lie to anybody. But we'll see what comes out. We'll see what comes up. And then shoot, maybe people want to see all the wild stuff from the legendary backers. So then I do put all the stuff in the DC20 magazine. That might be funny. Sir William, can you please consider changing Umbral to 10 Umbral? It would be appreciated. Oh, interesting. Umbral is shadow, and Tenebral to darkness. Interesting. I will say verbally it doesn't sound good. Tenebral, you take 10 Tenebral damage. You take 5 Tenebral damage. Umbral sounds sick. And shadow, it also, shadow and light, and I know light and darkness is a bit more on the nose, but shadow, I see what you're saying. But these are the types of things where sometimes the word means the word lands. So I'm pretty sold on Umbral, and I've never heard of the word Tenebral. Yeah, I don't know, and I don't think that that's as mainstream either. It's probably, I mean, it is. It sounds like it's accurate, super accurate for what you're saying, but that's my concern. Just getting you in my head there. But I'm gonna Tenebral. Yeah, I've never heard of that before. Cameron Bradford, pending on appropriateness, I'd love to see all the legendary tier creations in the DC20 magazine, if not in the future books. Maybe homebrew stuff. Yeah, and that's actually funny that Cameron said that, because that's kind of the rabbit hole that I just went down. I was like, you know what? I'll ask the patrons, if y'all want to see just everything, I'll just send out everything. And then, yeah, I mean, obviously for appropriateness. But as far as appropriateness goes, I'd probably, if I wasn't comfortable making something because it wasn't appropriate, I'd probably just tell that back and be like, hey, can you do something a bit more appropriate? You know, whatever. So, and I might have that conversation, you know. So yeah, I mean, shoot, maybe everything gets into the DC20 magazine, just sprinkled across the iterations of it. That could be a cool way to do it. Hydration check, thank you. Are you getting enough sleep? No. No is the answer there. Last night I stayed up till about 1 or 2 o'clock, and I had to wake up about 6 or 7. So you know, that's 5 hours. You know, that's solid. I'll sleep after the Kickstarter. You know what I'm saying? Any teas for us Paladin mains? Oh, any teas for you Paladin mains? CBev, check out the video that releases tomorrow. Check out the video that releases tomorrow. I'm going to probably release at like 9 or 10 o'clock just to get it out there even earlier, because the Kickstarter ends tomorrow and I'm posting a video tomorrow. But I may or may not, I've not announced this yet, so this is the first time anyone's hearing about it. But the Spellblade video releases tomorrow. I have a whole video releasing the Spellblade, as far as like what the Spellblade looks like, and it has all features, and we'll talk about the features and all this. Yeah, so the Spellblade video comes out tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. Trixaray, Coach, look at those numbers going up. I can feel the Gizmo coming on. The Gizmo would totally be a wizard. Gizmo. Oh my gosh, you're making a gremlin named Gizmo and they're a wizard. Love it. That's funny. Lower Jam. Money going to Kickstarter mostly, but I feel like I've missed so many lives lately. So here's my humble late fee. Oh, Lower Jam. Yeah, you send it all to Kickstarter. That's what's going to be pouring into the most everybody. So I appreciate you, Lower Jam. No worries. The Rat King, how many levels of each class do we get in 0.8? So 0.8 is the release of the Spellblade, weapons rework, and the class table rework as far as talents and stuff, and multi-classing talents and all of that. Those are the big 3 things released in 0.8. Because another thing for y'all to keep in mind, 0.7 released a month ago, and then 0.8 releases in a few days, right? So that there's been a month turnaround. So there wasn't a lot of time to put stuff in there. So 0.8 is still levels 1 and 2, right? You're just getting all those other things in a quality of life polish off, class quality of life polish off, and the weapon system rework, right? Which is a lot of stuff to crank out in just 1 month, for the record. But 0.9 will bring us to level 3. 0.9 brings everybody to level 3. So there's that. Sing and Smash. Technically, actually, 0.9 brings everybody to level 4. Technically, because level 4 is just the ancestry and talent situation, right? Sing and Smash, FYI, Patreon tiers still need updating. Yes. I plan on updating those like tonight. So everything's done. I talked about people were talking on Discord, and they were saying like, oh, I wonder if Coach has anything else up his sleeve. I'm like, oh shit, guys, I got nothing. I did my best. I did my best. So there's nothing left up my sleeve. So now everything's the ball is now on a roll, and we'll see where it lands and stuff. But yeah, so as far as that goes, I don't have any more meetings, any more of this or that's to go. I actually I'm emailing right now the CEOs of Owlbear Rodeo, and we're seeing if something happens there. I still haven't heard from Fantasy Grounds in any way, shape, or form. So I guess they just fell asleep at the wheel on this one. But I don't know. Fantasy Grounds is. Yeah, I haven't heard anything from Fantasy Grounds, so I feel bad for the Fantasy Grounds people, but I haven't heard anything from the people at Fantasy Grounds. Anyone from Fantasy Grounds hasn't reached out to me at all, so got nothing there. But anyway, all the Patreon tiers are being updated for all DC20 stuff. The DC20 magazine's available at the $5 tier right off the bat, entry level, adding a whole bunch of stuff. And this is also another reason why I haven't updated the Patreon tiers, and this is a little bit of a sneak peek, and I can't say a ton of this right now, but there may or may not be some VTT integration in Patreon as well. So that's coming down the pipeline too. There could be some VTT integrations for patrons as well, and I'm trying to add that update into this new update as well. So stay tuned for that. Rodell added the deluxe upgrade cover and 4 action trackers add-ons to my pledge. Appreciate. Wait, 4 times action tracker times 8 action trackers. Rodell added a deluxe cover and 8 action trackers to your pledge. That's what this is happening, y'all. Like, I feel like all of this is just coming from the people in this stream. Like, y'all are just steamrolling this whole thing just right now. That's insane. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Liam and the community will thank you for that too. Liam says, what can you say about how magic items in DC20 work differently than 5e? Right now, I can't or don't want to say a lot. There will be some sort of attunement, but there'll be an amount of attunements, something along the lines of you can attune to a number of magic item. You have a number of attunements equal to your prime. So you start off with 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 eventually, but then certain items might require more attunements slots for that, and others might require less, and a lot of magic items will require none at all. There's going to be a ton, if not the majority of magic items you can pick up and just use the magic items, right? They have properties, but if you need, based on the mechanics of that thing, to be able to attune to it for some reason, that will be how that works. But yeah, and then gosh, I'm so behind on questions. This is crazy, y'all. So I'm gonna have to speed this up because if one of my kids wakes up and then I have to leave, then I'd be just for all these questions. So I'm gonna apologize right now, but I'm speeding up my answers of the questions to try and make sure I get caught up so I can answer all these questions. I just hate answering questions fastly because I really appreciate everybody that's helping and supporting in this way. So Silver Skull, you mentioned that 4 new ancestries are corrupted mirrors to different races, but my thoughts on a corrupted Beastborn. Oh, that's super cool. Yes, there is going to be some lore implications and other opportunities to explore that. And I even dropped a little lore bomb at the end of that live stream talking about a corrupted Scion and that's a thing and all these other things. So corrupted Beastborn, yeah, that's definitely on the table to be something, and I wouldn't want to lock that in right now because I'd want to go down the development process of the lore more to find if there's a natural spot that opens up, but it's on my radar for sure. Duxter Morales, do you have any ideas for firearms in the system? In the magazine, for example, please drink some water. Oh, thank you again. I need a bigger straw. It's too small of a straw. I need more water faster. Firearms, yes, there'll be firearms. They will be released in a future expansion alongside the Artificer, and the firearms will make their first appearance in the DC20 magazine, yes. And there will be a mechanic called mechanized or there's some word that basically means like mechanical, right? Maybe that's the word, mechanical. There'll be a weapon property called mechanical, and in similar ways to how reload works, it would add +1 damage, but have some drawbacks of possibly misfiring or whatever, and you'll be able to make a firearm with the system. Yes, that will be a thing in the future. But you can already see the weapon system, how easy that would be to do that now. The Rat King, love your stuff. Thank you. Looking forward to finding out more about the best class. Fighter. Yes, let's go. Gotta love the fighter, man. So many people have talked about like, oh, like the fighter, we can just cut the fighter, combine the fighter and the barbarian. I'm like, no, what? No, we can't. No, what? No, I can't do that. So yeah, I got you on the fighter. That's super cool. Love it. Drake to prick. Hey coach, 2 million hype. Would you consider taking all super chats from June and make them count towards the Kickstarter stretch goals? Greetings from Germany. That's an interesting take there. But the thing I will say is there's already things that I'm trying to brainstorm on. What can I possibly do if we don't hit this? What can I do? What can the other people that are part of the stretch goals do? And we're going to have conversations. So I'm going to do my damnedest to make sure that we get everything we possibly can, which right now I ultimately should also be stopping the live stream because I need to send out some emails to people and other things to try and get this home stretch done on my end. But I wanted to just jump on here with a live stream with you guys to answer some questions and stuff. So then the Trey the Small, what do I get as an early backer again? Early backers get early access to the DC20 digital character creator and rules compendium, which my own team is making. Like the DC20 team themselves has been working on this for months, and it's getting close to release. Like any week now, in a month, 2, you know what I'm saying? Like really close. And the early birds get access to that right away, right? And you know, as soon as possible. We'll see. As soon as the Kickstarter closes, I'll be checking in with the digital team, be like, hey, what's it looking like, right? How close are we, right? So that is the ultimate reward. And then on top of that, you get the one-shot PDF collection, the Magic Item collection, and the Advanced Gameplay Guide. I think it's called the Advanced Guide Collection. Those are the 3 early bird things. But those 3 PDFs are available at the higher all-in digital stuff tiers as well. So Heathen, hydro check and love the work, Coach. Keep it up. Appreciate you. Thank you, Heathen. It was keeping me honest with my hydration. It was, I don't know if I should tell the story. This is maybe a bit, it's a parent story. You know what? We're family here. I feel like I should say this. I apologize if I'm not. My son had to pee earlier today, and he peed. And then I was like, you know, I do too. So then I did. And he goes, Daddy, your pee's brown. I was like, I need to drink more water, son. I'm sorry. He's 4 years old, and he put that. He's like, what? So I was like, okay, I'm sorry. Okay, maybe I just threw my own self under the bus. So I apologize if that story was maybe too personal, but y'all are family, so that's what you get here. Okay. So thank you for that, Heathen. Gar's Gaming. Hey, Coach, love the system so much. I changed from 5e to your system, which is a blessing. That is so awesome. What do we get as soon as Kickstarter ends for the backers? Yeah. So as soon as Kickstarter ends, the baton is passed from Kickstarter over to BackerKit. As soon as it gets over to BackerKit, BackerKit has so many more tools than Kickstarter, and BackerKit, I will be able to send out the beta within about 5 days. So July 6th is when I will probably be able to send out the 0.8. And you'll get it July 6th, as soon as I can, really. But I just don't know how long it takes to charge the cards and do all the stuff, and then get to the point where it's through the pipeline to BackerKit, and then I can issue out all the stuff for backers. So the backers are going to get the 0.8 rules and the 0.8 rules. And then before that, the one shot adventure should release tomorrow night. And the DC20 magazine, this is a separate thing. And then there's another PDF. The monster collection, the monster starter pack. I don't know if I've announced this before, but the monster starter pack, the beta for the monster starter pack that everybody gets, the DC20 monster starter pack that all backers unlocked. The first unlock, that also is going to be going out alongside the 0.8 rules. So there you go. Agile Monk, Coach, time to stop, get some emails done and take care of the boys. I know, right? They're both. Oh wait. I'm only on one boy. The other boy is still asleep. Okay, we're good. Maybe he was up screaming and I didn't even notice. So thank you for that. I gotta get caught up here. Thomas the Less. Thoughts on engineering as a core knowledge skill covering physics, chemistry, math, and tech would help support steampunks as sci-fi subclasses. Interesting. That's enough. That's interesting enough for me to make a little note here. Engineering trade. I think that does sound pretty cool. And that's not something I'd want to introduce with the Artificer as like a new trade, because that wouldn't be on the character sheet. So I would want to introduce that now as opposed to later. So that's good. That's a good question there, Thomas. J Doms, will the digital character creator also be able to make monster stat blocks? You know what? I'm gonna write that down too. Digital character creator also make monster stat blocks. And that's honestly an awesome thing about blank monster stat block. Yes, there is a blank monster stat block. Blank monster stat block. There will be. I don't know if it's going to be in the beta version, but there will be in the future. So there's that. So now top chat, live chat. There we go. We're back. Okay. So there's the big picture. But honestly, that's the cool part about having my own team that's also working on digital tools, is when I have a cool idea like that I really like and the community says they want, I'm in control of being able to give that to you guys and being like, oh, hey, you know what? Hey, team, guys, let's do this cool thing. And then we can actually start to do that instead of being like, hey, other company that's not me, can you do this thing and blah, 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 you know? I don't know. Maybe they will, and I'll still do that. But then, you know, I'm like, heck yeah, we're going to make a monster tool. And then that's now that's a thing. And y'all just created that just now. So heck yeah. And then Alexander Ford, I just see your question. Yeah, there's gonna be a spot for community homebrew stuff. I'll get that, put that in there. So yeah, there is that. So to now update everybody, this is where we're at right here. Stay tuned. We'll hit that 2 million. Stay tuned, and we'll hit some. There'll be some more unlocks and more things coming in that final 24 hours. I gotta send some emails. My son just woke up. There, perfect timing. He's literally just woke up. Oh, it cut to the other screen. So I gotta go get him and send some emails. Rest and hydrate. Silver Skull with a final super chat. Thank you. Get hydrate. Huh. There we go. To stay tuned. Check this out. Tomorrow night at 9:30 Central Standard Time. Tomorrow night, like late in the day, an hour and a half before it closes, we're gonna do another live stream. Send this whole thing out. See where we end up. And then there's that. And then the next day on Tuesday, we have 3 live streams in a row. So 3 live streams in a row. Today, right now, tomorrow, right before the Kickstarter closes, and then the same usual standard time, Thursday, 8:30 live streams as usual. So there's that. And thank you guys so much. I got some stuff to do now. And the little guy's like, oh, he's saying that. Okay. Love you guys. Stay creative. Take us in the box. Peace.